You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential, personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Feed the savings account. Now, I had kind of talked about this in my last podcast, and you know what? You know what? It's amazing how you get so many people who wonder, how they're going to start something and they don't have a basic savings. But the idea, the mindset you have to have is paying yourself first. In fact, several millionaires give that advice. They say, how you going to get going? Pay yourself first. That's how many people are going to start out, from their savings account. They're not going to start out from a loan or anything. Now, think about it like this. You got to treat that savings account like it's your rent or your mortgage, like something you're going to be paying a very long time. That's how you have to look. You got to look at it like a bill. Like you got to account for it every month, or account for not having it. Like every month, once I, get, download, transfer money from my different accounts, takes me 3 days to do it. For those who remember that Kevin Hart joke. But, once I do, I transfer some immediately to like a savings account that's I actually use an online savings account. I got a couple savings accounts, but there's like some payments I get from my businesses go directly into either my money markets or savings. And that's cool. But then I got some that I have to actually pay, and it's actually an online account. And I treat it like a bill. It's like, okay, I account for it and everything, right? And I always put a minimum, always put a minimum in there of at least 100, sometimes more, but at least 100. I treat it like a bill, and treat it like bill. It might seem small, and you know what? Sometimes you gotta start small. You might have to start out with $10. You might have to start out with $5, but you pay yourself first. You don't. You look at that money like it's not yours anyway, right? Because think about it like this, and this is why you really need to pay yourself first. When you get that money, most people you making somebody else rich. When you pay that mortgage, you making the people at the bank rich, the loan company rich. When you pay that rent, you're making the landlord rich, right? When you pay that cable bill, your phone bill, your car note, your car insurance, like home insurance, you helping somebody else's coffers. So it makes sense. Help your own coffer first. You in business. Shoot, you're a business person. Shoot, you're a corporation on your own. And you need to do this whether you're in business or whether you're cool with the 9 to 5. So, you put that money there first. Now, understand something. Paying the bills is understandable. You need to pay the bills. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. But sometimes people say, well, I don't have any money left. Well, hold up. How many people, they'll say they don't have any money left, but they can spend about a couple $100 on some date. Or they can spend, some money at happy hour, and of course you gotta have the right shoes for it. How many people got a bunch of shoes that they might wear once every 2 months or something? I want you to think about it, right? Think about how much extra money you spend on things, right? Like one of my things I was doing for a while, and I had to get it under control. I was buying a bunch of business magazines. I mean, I got a whole stack. I got a clean house. Like I was buying a magazine. I buy magazines just for whatever. Now, I can afford it, right? Which is no problem. But then I thought about it. What if I wasn't making as much? What I do, I really need those magazines. So I started thinking with that mentality. It was like, okay, how much am I spending? Yeah, I could put the same money I spend. If I get 10 magazines a month, that actually would add up to about $100. That can go right into a savings, right? A lot of stuff. See where you can cut, because over the long term, like the savings itself won't make you rich or anything like that. The savings itself, you'd have to save considerably amount more. But what the savings does, one, it gives you a cushion, especially if you're in business. It gives you a cushion, right? It gives you a cushion during those months where business might be slow, because you want to save ideally at least 3 months worth of enough money to pay 3 months worth of bills. And then, emergencies come up and anything. So you want to save that, right? You want to save it for that. And then, if you do get a business idea, the first financing is yourself. Because people talk about bank loans and stuff, but banks, they want to know they can get their money back. So you might have stellar personal credit, but, that's not business credit. They want to know if their business make money. So you ain't going to get money from them until you showing that you making money, right? So you need that savings for that, right? And like I said, you want to treat it like a bill. Don't play around with that. Treat it like a bill. It'll add up. Trust me, it add up. You feel good. You got a cushion. Because let me talk about that cushion thing too real quick. That cushion makes you feel comfortable, because as an entrepreneur, your biggest thing is really just making your money every month to keep the bills paid. That's going to be your biggest thing. So it's always a good feeling to know you got like your bills covered for a few months, or you can fall back, or something happens, you got that money to fall back on. So you always want to deal with that, right? So anyway, right? Don't have to belabor the message. Keep feeding that savings account. So that's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Let's go make that money.